Was it something in my walk, how I talk, giving off the wrong energy? Was it something in my stride, too much pride, telling you to back down? Slowly, slowly you became my enemy, but you can't seem to get enough of me. So if this is the last time, I guess I'll be.
Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode. I'm Legendary Ario and I hope you guys are all having a good day today. So we have a lot to discuss and a lot to go over, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? So let's start off. Let me start off by saying I am so sorry for the delay. Like, it has been 2 weeks since I have posted the first episode and this is just episode 2. But I do assure you that episodes should not take 2 weeks at a time to be released. It should be 2 episodes per week. I got just a little bit busy with Christmas and New Year's coming around, and my job and everything else. So I got a little bit busy around this time, but I feel like I'm better than ever coming back, and we're gonna continue to thrive and make some good content for you, and I'm really excited for you to see what we have in store for today. So I know, as you see, I've actually started using some new terrain and new trees that are in the game. I know these came out a little while ago, and I really wanted to capture a more like whimsical, heavily vegetated kind of vibe with that kind of with the kind of trees and stuff that I was using. So I definitely think that it was a really good idea for me to use those trees. I also used some custom trees that I made inside of another park that I made, and I don't think I like overused them a bit. They do cover up a lot of areas, so that's something that's really good that I actually like about using those other trees. I think you'll see them in this episode. But so I got a question in the comment section of the first episode of how I use the water to glisten the way that it does. So as you saw, I used the paint texture. I used the paint tool and I textured the water, the bottom of the ground. That I can't remember what's the name of it, and I can't see it on the screen. But you just paint the terrain at the bottom and then add the water on top of it. And my graphics are on high, so that's something to remember too. That's how the water is like crystal clear, because my graphics are like all the way up. So that's gonna be just the little tip for me. Usually what I would do is I would get primitives, put it to like the highest, like the biggest the primitive can go, just a flat primitive, and then put it on the ground and use marble. Yeah, I think I would use marble, like a very very light blue marble, and put it on the floor of the water and then put water on top, and then it would glisten the same way. But since these new textures came out, they're a better way to save on MB and everything like that, and it's still get the same effect. So I really do enjoy a lot of the new textures that we got in the game, and I really do think that it's going to be a really good addition for the the water textures and stuff like that. So if I am correct, today in this episode we are going to be working on the main tower. It's going to be the entry point. Looks like we're fixing up some of the plaza area, and I think that well, actually, yeah, we are. We're going to start working on the main entrance area where you go under the gates, and then there's also going to be some footage of me building some of the first buildings of the entrance area. So we're gonna get that knocked out today, and then on the next episode I think we continue the area. So for the terrain and stuff like that, so it was very I should say I was very indecisive of what I wanted to do, but I wanted to stick like close to the original and I wanted it to be kind of I wanted to still pay homage and still be um, like you could still see the original park in this new imagined version. So the terrain with how it was at the beginning with the pond was that it like goes in like a little like a W kind of form, but stretched out and curved because when I wanted the vision to be when you look as far down as you can, you still can see the the other sides of the parks. You can just see the mountain in the background and the water. And as episodes get further along and stuff like that, you'll see what I'm talking about and you'll see what I mean. So yes, so I did use some blueprinted items. I think this is Cozy's bench, if I'm correct. I think this is a bench from Cozy. I'm not a fan of using blueprints, but these do fit really nice into the um, it fits really nice into the park. So I said, why not? And they were already there for us to use. Some other blueprints that I also used were some windows that I slightly or heavily modified that you'll see throughout. And then I also used some trash cans from RGL's set. Y'all should really check out RGL's sets. His sets are like perfection. Like it's really really good. Um, so the little blocks that are around the circle, those that's like basically like a rough draft of what the buildings are gonna be placed. Like where like they're like placeholders and stuff like that. And I think if I'm correct, yes. So as of right now, a lot of stuff has changed since we got to this since here because I've already built the entire entrance before this episode was released, so I know how the final result is going to be, and trust me when I say it is like grand. I'm so excited for y'all to see the final result. But of course, there's a process, and I'm basically the series is my process. So, an issue that you see me going through a lot is with these trash cans. They really did not want to place anywhere, so I had to find some places where I could uh, sit these down and have them spaced out good enough and things like that. I really wanted to dive into some interior design in this park. I'm gonna do some of that. Oh, here we are, making the towers, the first towers in the first entrance area. So, as I was saying though, I really wanted to dive into some interior design with this park. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that with the MB, but I'm gonna try my best. I think I can do. I think I can do it. I'm not too keen on. Oh, not keen. I don't really do interior design like that. The best interior design that I have ever done was my Jurassic World of Discovery Park with the Discovery Center. Now that was like perfection. Like that was from the ground up, custom, interior custom. There were shops, there was game areas or stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of bring a little bit of that into the this park and do some nice interiors when I can. Now, those are probably going to be some last resort things if I have enough MB. But honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to get to it. I have not looked at the MB of the park yet, which is not really good, considering how far along I've gotten into it. But yeah, so in the original park, we had these two towers. If you've watched Silverette series, his Fantasy Valley series, you would know exactly what this is. And if you watched my first Ethereal Valley, the showcase on it, or some videos that were on it, you would know what this is too. So this is the two towers with a arch at the very bottom that you go under to enter the park, and on top of the arch is like a little building where some windows are, and it's all like one building though, it all connects. And I wanted to elevate the design of the tower this time without overly doing too much detail. Now, a big thing with this park was all about visuals and placement. So this park is all about placement. Literally everything about this park is placement. And if you mess up a placement, it can mess up the sight lines of a whole lot of things. And that's something that a lot of people don't tend to focus on in their parks, which makes everything seems a bit crowded and corroded and stuff like that. So I would suggest, watching out for those big eyesores in your parks and try to elevate areas to make those eyesores less of an eyesore, or place, rides or shops or buildings better in a way. And even if you turn the building like to its side, it like can change an area dramatically, and it can do a whole lot for an area. So, as you can see, I'm trying to make some doors and stuff here. I am not good at doors. Let me just say, I know what y'all are thinking. Like, this is terrible. I know. It's not my best. This park is my best, but I really did not want to overly do a door when it was not necessary, because it's not a big detail for me. You also see me fiddling around with colors and stuff. It's more of a darker hue with these. I altered the actual plaza colors a little bit, which you'll see in a further episode. And I really do think that with the entire like entrance area, like it's like so perfectly like how can I say, like it's like perfectly I don't know the word. Maybe uh scale. There we go. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. But yes, it is like very perfectly scaled. I don't know why I went AFK there for a good little minute, but we're back at it. And the good thing with this is that there is the copy and paste tool. So I can just literally make this over here and then replicate it to the other side, which makes things like 2 times faster. Even though this episode is like not fast at all. This is like a 50-minute episode, I think. It's like super long. I am quite impressed with how long this episode is. You can expect to see episodes this long for a long time. Because I would say I'm taking my time with this park. It's gonna take me a while. I am actually estimating that there will be like 60 to 75 episodes, and it probably will end around the end of this year, if I'm correct. Now that is a long series, but there are some series on YouTube that are still going. There's one that I watch. He's called the Building Duck. He builds cities on Minecraft. He posts every Sunday, and he's on his second one, or maybe he's on his third now. But like I know his first one was like 300 and something episodes. The second one was like 100 and something episodes. And then I don't know what episode, I don't know which one we're on. I haven't been following him like that. But I mean, I'm so excited to get to do everything again and like get everything back to, you know, the OG Legendario, you know, time effect. Because Archaea, that was when my name was Evolution at the time, I think. Yeah. I think that was when my name was Evolution at the time. I'm gonna take a quick sip. Um, Archaea, for you fans and you OGers who know about Archaea, that was a park, y'all. That was a park for sure. I really did enjoy that park, but I don't I didn't ever finish it actually. Yes, I did. I did finish it. I never recorded me finishing it and posting it. I just finished the park. There was like a whole ride, there was an area in the back and everything. It was really nice. And I never recorded it. And then I never even posted it, a cinematic video of it or anything. It was just the last episode, and that was it. And I'm kind of disappointed that I did that. It was not my brightest moment, and I'm gonna avoid that with this one. Um, so the thing is that I wanted to be transparent with y'all about is that my dog is barking. I don't know if I heard that or not, but the thing that I was talking about, that I wanted to be transparent with y'all about is that this, like, okay, so I wanted in IKEA, I would like build that morning, edit it in like 30 minutes to an hour, do a I don't think I did voiceovers. Yeah, I didn't do voiceovers. So I would edit it and then post it. And then I would build, edit, post, build, edit, post, build, edit, post. But now I'm going to like I want to have a deeper connection with y'all during this. So I'm mostly this is like build, edit, find time to do a voiceover, and then post. So that's why it's taking me over 2 weeks to get this voiceover. That's why the episodes are taking so long to post. Just for this one. Now, the next episode, it should not take long at all. Today's Thursday, so we should have an episode on Sunday, if I'm correct. We should have an episode on Sunday as well. So yeah, so today is Thursday. I'm doing the voiceover on Thursday. I edited the video like last week. Um, and I was actually thinking about just posting the video just with music and just letting that be what it was gonna be, but I'm gonna stick to my word and keep my word that I was gonna do voiceovers for each one, and I thoroughly do enjoy doing voiceovers, so I can't actually. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna fumble out and not do it. So here we are. So so with the towers here, I did not want the towers to be like the same at the top. So one side is gonna be like a bell tower, and then the other one is just gonna be like a building. Um, I don't know exactly what my thought process was here. I just know that I was doing something and it turned out like this. I think I was trying to find some pieces to go to the top, to try to fill in that to make it like an actual building, but I don't think I did. Um, but I did put the bell over here, and then I think we're going to, after this, we're going to work on the, um, oh, we're going to work on the very center of this. I really, really do think that it's going to be, like an actual jaw dropper when y'all see this, because I am still like, every time I see it, I'm just like, wow, like, whoa. So as you see it coming together, there's not a lot of detail on this, but it's enough to make it visually a pleasing, or pleasing, a visually pleasing. I think that's the word. So yeah, so I'm using a technique with the roof, to where I do a roof and then I do a separate roof on top of it. You're gonna see me do it right now, maybe? No, 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 not that. Um, it's where I grab the pointy, yeah, right here, and then I make it small, and then I add it to the very top. It's like a topper. I see that on a lot of fantasy and medieval castles, so I added it here, and I made it a little bit more curved. You'll also see a bit more curved spires on the buildings and stuff like that. And I think that was actually really fun to actually visualize and, actually put together. So here we are making the center of it. I actually did enjoy. I was a bit confused. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit confused on how I was going to execute this, because I really did not. I was like going back and forth between Silverette's episode, cinematic videos, pictures. Like I was trying to like get this down to the T, and I think I did pretty good. I was messing around with some new textures, as you can see too, and I love this new texture. The roof shingles, those are like perfection. Like I use them as walls, like as a wall texture. It's really really good, and I think a lot of people should utilize that texture a whole lot more. So here's me making the art. Sorry, I had to take another sip. My throat is dry. Um, I love the fact that the arch is here. And later on, you're gonna see me, not in this episode, but you're gonna see me make a gate, or you might not. I think I made it off camera. Not too sure. But I did put a gate there, and I also, oh yes, you're gonna see me utilize some letters. It was my first time ever using letters in the game. That was a blueprint as well, but um, I was using the letters to spell out Ethereal Valley Reimagined, and I think it looks really, really good. I actually really do like the fact that it has the letters there to symbolize the actual park. So I wanted to make some layers with the arch. I didn't do that with the old park, but I thought it was gonna look good, and it did turn out. It did turn out to look really, really good. So not complaining about that. I really thought that the idea was really good. I also want to hear your ideas and things that you find interesting about the park, and things that I'm doing, and techniques that I'm using, and stuff like that. One thing that I did think about was how I was gonna do the back of it. I was thinking I was just gonna do a replica of the back from the front, but in the one that I did in the real life one, this like area that my character's in right now is like 2 blocks back, and then in the back there's like a whole nother building, but it goes longer than the or wider than the two towers over there. So I had to like last minute fix. Well, I couldn't even fix it because these were already here. So I was like, well, crap. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. So I just had to be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have to come up with a way for me to actually get the the back of it looking really good. And I don't know if I actually did that in this episode or not. I don't think I did, but I got the back looking really good. So whenever you see that, I'm excited. So it is 2025. This is going to be posted on January the 2nd, 2025. It shouldn't be posted on January 3rd, but knowing me, I don't know what I'll do um, in a split second's notice. But I do plan to be consistent with the uploads. Just this was a very busy time, and I got busy. I'm pretty sure you all understand because we've all been through that kind of thing before, where we got busy and everything like that. So I'm sure y'all understand. I do also hope y'all are liking the little cinematics at the beginning. I think I like putting the cinematics at the beginning rather than the end, um, simply because I feel like that's a way for me to go ahead and show you what's about to be built. And then if you want to click off the video, then you can. But if you want to actually see the process of how I built what you just saw through the cinematics, and you would keep watching. That's how I'm thinking about it. I know some other people are like, they want you to wait until the end to watch it so you can watch the whole video. But I don't really care about the views and stuff like that. But so I am not really worried about that. Now I did cut the side ones, the side buildings short. As you saw, I reused the center area and used it again for this area over here. And I think it turned out pretty well. I'm not disappointed. But um it does look good, but I think, me personally, I do like it, but I was my fear when I was building it was that it was going to be too wide, and so I was like going to obstruct all the other stuff, and there was going to be less buildings than I actually wanted it to be. But due to the scaling that I did with this, it actually turned out to be pretty perfect. And so I actually ended up making more buildings and bigger buildings than I actually thought. That's something that I've been trying to work on too, is my scales of buildings. And as you can see, I'm using the shingle texture as the wall, and it looks really, really good. It looks really, really good. As you can see, I'm bringing out the window blueprint because I saw these, and they looked really perfect. I can't remember who built these, but um, you should be able to find them on the Theme Park Tycoon 2 website, workshop website, and just and the good thing is you can recolor these, you can alter these, you can do whatever you want with these. So I think it's a very good idea for me to use these to kind of speed up the process a little bit, and still get the same effect that I was going for, even if I was to build it myself. But that's something y'all should not worry about, though, is me, like, am I just going to use blueprints the whole series? No, it's not going to be like that at all. I'm going to be doing mostly my own stuff. As you can see, the only thing I used so far was these blueprints right here, and the benches, and the trash cans. Other than that, everything is uh, my ideas, my placement, my everything. So it was just some minor things that it's no big deal that I just blueprinted onto the plot. So I'm adding some vegetation, some foliage around. I really wanted to. Oh, okay. I just cut. So yes, still with the foliage. I wanted to use these flowers that I made and put them around the bottom of the pond area, or like the moat. I think it's called a moat. Yeah, I think these are called a moat. And I also used the bushes. I think this was in, like, before the the new bushes update the new bushes update came out. As you can see, I'm doing the back. So I actually did it this episode. I did not think that I was actually gonna do it this episode. I can't remember fully like what I did in these episodes. So like I should turn down my volume because I'm like hearing myself like really, really, really clearly. It's kind of tripping me out a little bit. But I do think that this back area is like really, 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 really fun. And later on, I map out. Not in this episode though. I know for sure it's not in this episode. God, what is going on with my language today? But it's like the way that the main street is like formatted and mapped out. It's like really cool. So I'm really excited for y'all to see that too. So here we are at the beginning, or like at the front, and you can see me to the right. We're gonna start working on the first building. So I'm really excited for y'all to see this. So I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing at this point. Like my thought process is like hazed, gone, and unclear. I don't know what I'm about to build. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I think I can make this, but then again, I also couldn't. I don't know why I was giving myself so much self-doubt while I was building this, but I sure was, and I mean a lot of self-doubt. I was like, I can't do this. So, I think this building ended up being green. I think, no, maybe it was red. But I was thinking that this could be like a gift shop kind of area. And another dedicated exit, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it would make like total sense for it to be like, you know, like a gift shop, because of the way that the main street is formatted. Like you would have to go to the side in order to leave the park, when like you could just go straight forward and the archway is right there, and then you could just go out that way. But I did want these to kind of look like a village. Like I wanted it to kind of look like a village, but like kind of cottage style in a way. And I think these windows like like the whole set was like perfect, and I was like, this is too good for me not to use. And so that's what I did, and I'm using them now. I think it's a really good set. You should really check it out. It's like the only thing that I did was I typed in Windows and these popped up. So good luck. I was like, my internet was super fast, so like I was like clicking everything, adding it to another tab and all that other stuff to see what I could actually look and see and find in a short amount of time, because I was like recording while I was looking for those earlier. But it was earlier, like I think that's why that pause was there, because I was looking for something because I knew it was coming up. But yes, you will see me fiddling with colors like to the extreme. Like I could not find colors like right off the bat. Like it took me a good minute to find, you know, where what colors would look good with what. And so we're gonna cut here, and as you can see, I've advanced the building a good bit right now. And as you can see, like this, it's like, it looks like really medieval, and like I think I adjusted the colors, y'all, so don't like scream at me. Like I promise you it looks good in the end. So I'm just gonna have to watch the process. I also wanted to make like details to the roof too, so you'll see me do that too. And you can see those middle two arches are there because I wanted there to be an interior there. I've mapped out a interior like building layout behind it to what the building would look like inside, but I actually haven't done the interior yet. I think I'm gonna wait until like everything is done, and then I can go back if I have enough MB and then do the interiors there, because it's like really crazy doing interiors, and then like I do interiors like to the max, so I would like run out of MB like so quick. But it wasn't the case like that for Jurassic World or Discovery, but that was a whole nother era ago with when I knew how to utilize MB really good, and I knew the statistics of the game and how the MB worked. Now I don't know what Dennis does, and I don't think I ever will anymore. So as you can see, I'm doing some custom windows here. I don't know if I use these a lot. I think I did, but I'm not entirely sure if I did. And I also use these. Yes, I use these fences a lot too. They're really good fences. So I said, why not? Let's use them again and utilize them as much as we can. As well as some colors. I also reuse some colors too. It like the whole thing looks cohesive. Like it flows together really nicely, but it has its own distinctive, like each building has its own distinctive look to it. Even with colors, like some things will look similar, but it won't be the same. As you can see, I'm trying to connect the buildings, but I felt like that would like break immersion. And so my goal was for the outside to be like, for each building to look like it was an individual building that are just really close together. And then, but in reality, they're all connected together. It's like one giant building. And that's how I did it on the last one. So I'm trying to get that execution here. I think I pulled it off really good, especially with the when all the buildings get closer together. It just looks like there's like, you know, just a building here, a building here, a building here. It really doesn't look like it's all one building connected together. So I think that saved a whole lot of immersion and character within the buildings themselves and how they stand independently. As you can see, I adjusted the colors. So we have it's kind of like a Mediterranean look to the building, and I really do love it. I think that this color combination is really good, and I feel as if like it's gonna be a really good color combination for anybody to use if they're building things like this. Those roof shingles, I don't think those are called roof shingles. I don't know what they're called in the game, but they're the other kind of roof shingles that you see in more Spanish architecture and more. I think they're yeah, Italian architecture too, stuff like that. They have like the rounded roof shingles rather than the flat. Uh, I don't know what American roof shingles are made out of. But they're like nail gun together. So um, I don't know what I'm doing right now. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have a single clue what I'm doing at the moment. I think I'm just trying to focus on detailing the crap out of this building without doing too much. There is going to be a window in the very center in that little like the brown area right there under the right there. That's going to be it's going to have another window in there. I was kind of contemplating on what kind of window I was going to use, so I went with a rounded window, and I edited it. I changed it up a little bit to where it will fit, and it'll be like a little bit different from the blueprinted one. I do think that these fences really did good with the actual look of the building, and the fences here actually, it was an illusion for you to think that, you know, like this is like this part of the building is actually out more than it actually is. A lot of architecture, well, a lot of buildings use that kind of style to where it looks like there's like two buildings, or not two buildings, like one section of the building is like lower than the other one, but or like there's two sections of a single house or stuff like that. But in reality, it's just like one singular wall, and it just like has that effect on it. This one is a little bit different because it actually protrudes out a little bit. It comes out forwards just a little bit by, I think, a fourth of a block, but still using the fences, it actually makes it have a lot more depth than it actually does. Also, what also helps is the overhang roof. Those help a whole lot. I don't know if you have seen overhanging roofs, but they're actually really nice, and they have like details on the actual top of the roof, which I actually do utilize in this episode with this building. I don't think I do it with the other buildings, but I know I do it with this one. And I'm also adding some roof details to the top of like at the very tippy top of the roofs, like little spires and stuff like that, details and stuff like that. I think it's really nice, and I think that, if I'm correct, I think that I use like a spiral technique. I don't know if it's on this one or if it's on the one after this one, but like you'll see that in episode 4 or 5. Yeah, I know, right? I've gotten that far already. And no voiceovers. I know. It's I'm so, y'all should really get on me about that. But yes, I really wanted to elevate how I was placing these buildings, so that's why things are more like they have more depth than what they actually are, or like there's more levels, and like there's things inside of things, there's things coming out of things, there's all kinds of like minor details. Also, one thing I wanted to stress is that I don't know if that update had came out yet. With this one, I think it did. It was like the hexagons and the curve stuff like that. Those pieces, those are like God sent. Those are literally God sent. Those are like so amazing. They changed the game a whole lot with pieces that you could not have built before. As you can see, I am utilizing the adding details to the very top of the roof and the overhanging part of it, adding some details there. I thought it was I think it was really nice. I really did like that little arch. I don't know why I got rid of it. I don't know if it didn't look right. I think I'm done with this one now. So we're starting on the next and last building for this series. I believe, well, not for this series, for this episode. And this is the first one where we're using a tower. As you can see, the hexagon pieces are coming in. They are going to be used a whole lot because they're really, really good. So I did not know how I was going to formate the building, but I found a little groove, and I thought that this look was going to be really nice. And so here we are making the first tower. I think we're going to start off with the walls, though. I think we're going to hip hop back and forth between the building and the actual tower itself. I wanted the tower to be like, to look like it was made into the building rather than it being on like the side of the building or something like that. That's why the walls connect directly into the tower. But I did not want it to be like, oh, it's a actual tower connected, or like it's a tower beside the building. It's one building, but it's like it, it like that break of immersion. I wanted it to kind of be close together and kind of part of the building, because some castles are not like that, but I wanted this one to be like that as much as possible. Same for the other ones around the park too. There's some more towers around some more towers around the entrance area, as well as some towers in the main street area. I'm gonna take another sip really quickly. And I really do think that the towers play a very important role in the overall look of the entire park. I like love the look of the towers. As you can see, I'm altering the blueprinted window, so I can make some custom window or variation of it. I think I make this one like really small. I don't know if I was able to. There was one that like I was not able to like make small at all. So I had to like go in and make a completely custom window, which, oh, so this is going to be a door. So I take that back. This is not a window. This is a door. I just remembered. This is a door that's going to go right beside the tower right there. It's quite a big door, I must say. I think I was able to shrink this one a bit. I'm not entirely sure, but I hope I was able to. I don't know what exactly I was trying to get. Yeah, so with archways and stuff like that with doors, I really suggest that y'all like do that technique where you get the outside of it and you like make another layer of it that comes out. It adds so much detail. It adds so much depth and detail to the actual door or window too, if you're making a window or an arch window. And that doesn't have to be for arch ones. It could be for squared ones, rectangular ones, circled ones, stuff like that. Like another viewpoint or another one of those details would actually help a lot. Now with this, I don't know what I was doing. I was just hoping for a good window design. I think this looks like a beetle bug, and I love it for some reason, and I kept going on about how this looks really, really good, and some of my friends think it's so ugly, but you know what, they'll be perfectly fine. I really do enjoy it, so I think that we're gonna be it's gonna stay, and we're gonna be perfectly fine. Now with this building, as you can see, it's already small. So I had to really think about how I was gonna do this, because I had no idea what this building was gonna look like. I know it was kind of gonna be similar to the OG building, as all of these are, as the whole park is gonna be, but I changed a few things around, which kind of changed my whole thinking around, because it's not the same. So I was well, I don't know what I'm gonna do now, so I'm just gonna build and hope for the best. I think I used a divided tower technique with this one, where the roof connects with the other piece right there, where it looks like it's just the bottom. I think I did where it connects, and then the top part of it is another like it has like another texture. It's like another kind of look of the tower. I think that's what I did here. I could be wrong. Yeah, I could surprise myself while I'm building this right now and doing this voiceover and embarrass myself in front of all of you. But I do know that I made a little that this one's green. This one is green. Yes, this one is green. The tower is also green. But it's like it's a darker to lighter green. I think it's a gradient. I used a dark base and I used rock and stone, but like gray stone, and I used wood. That was like the main colors. There will be a flower bed. When the mind you, the new flower update hasn't came out. I think it came out the day after I built this and recorded this, and I think that I don't think I know. I put flower beds everywhere, like, well, not everywhere, like in good reasonable spots. And so now that's where they are. I thought this would have fit perfectly, but it was too many pieces and stuff like that. So I don't think I used this one. I think I used just the actual. Maybe that worked. It did. I tried to color it too. I really did like this piece, but I think it fit perfectly. Just I had some color adjustments that could match the original and the rest of the building. I think after this there's one more building on the side. I don't build that one in this episode, as we're getting close to the end of the episode already. But I do know that we are, nearing done with this building. I did work a little bit more on the plaza area in general, but I don't think that I showed it in this episode. I think it will be in the next episode. I think the next episode is going to be significantly shorter than this one, but this episode was long. I think I made this one this long because I wanted to like go ahead and get things going, because otherwise each episode would be like one building. Like you would see me build one building and stuff like that, and that would take forever. Now that's not entertaining to watch, even if I am talking to you. As you can see, like I said earlier, I am using rounded and curved spires. I think that a lot of people should start using rounded and rounded spires a whole lot more. As you can see, I did use the 2 color technique. The bottom one will be a color and the top one will be a slightly different color. It won't be too much of a drastic change, but I really did like the overall look of this entire tower. It was like perfect. There's another one that beats this one, but this one is my second favorite spire so far. I really did enjoy building this tower specifically, and I have no idea why. I also used the little hexagon pieces, or the little pieces to make these like curved fence kind of things. I use that technique a lot, so you'll see me do that a whole lot more. So as you can see, I made it green, but I should, if I'm right, I should have not made it all the same color. I think I made the bottom one a different color and the top one a different color, if I'm right, but I could be wrong. I don't know what I do sometimes. So I did want to talk to y'all about some ideas for rides. I don't really know what kind of rides I want in this park. I know we have to have the OG ride, so we have to have the water ride, and we have to have the mine train kind of ride, and we have to have the launch coaster. But we have so much space to work with that we can have like 2 more rides, maybe 3. There is a dark ride this time. I'm gonna do an inverted powered dark ride coaster. That's gonna be like those boom arm coasters. I don't know. I don't know what they're called. It's like Journey to the not Journey to the Forbidden Castle. That's the ride. That's the ride that was in this park. The Harry Potter ride at Islands of Adventure. That one. That one is the one that I'm talking about. I think that's Escape from Gringotts. I think. No, it's not. I I don't know what it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But as you can see, I'm using some small thin windows. I spaced them out because I didn't want like there to be a window on every single like wall of the prism. So I definitely spaced those out, and then I added some minor details on the walls. I also think that once you see the building beside it, like it like looks really cohesive together, even with the colors. Everything is kind of like blending in, which is good because that means that there's nothing like that's an eyesore to the park. But everything is also like when you look at it, it's like this is a distinctive building, this is a distinctive building, and this is a distinctive building. You know what I mean? So you'll see that throughout the episode, throughout the episodes that will be released and throughout the series. I'm really excited for y'all to see the next episode and the episodes to come, and I'm really excited to go on this journey again with y'all. I really do think that this is a bittersweet park. This is a very bittersweet park for the community and OGs of the Theme Park Executive community and OGs of my channel. I did this for y'all, and I did this for myself too because it was a really good park that I'm glad I was able to bring back. So then again, we are getting to the end of the episode. We have hit the 51-minute mark. It's quite insane. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you're excited for the next episode where we're gonna finish off some buildings. So I'll see y'all later. Have fun, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.